Pleasant good afternoon. This is your CCTV, I think we should say CC, security system guy, Mr. Dennison. Um, Today we'll be looking at some devices, perimeter protection, and I have one tamper device. These devices we're going to be looking at will be one, photo electric beams. We have here, as I previously did a video where we explain what these does. These are beams, so they will be placed in a line and placed on a wall or on a line, in a straight line basically, looking at each other. And if somebody should pass in between the beams, as you can see, it has two, to prevent false alarm, it has two beams, twin beams, to prevent false alarm. If someone should pass in between the beams when they are lined up together, it would create an alarm. Now we have some indicators, alarm and signal. We normally use these to identify when the system is in alarm, when it is not closed basically. We also have an adjustment. It's pretty much a timer, 50 milliseconds to 700 milliseconds. These can be adjusted. We have some fine-tuning ports right along here that you can use to adjust the proper fine-tuning. The difference with these, as you can see, the lens on these are black. This is the, let me see, receiver side, right? We have non-polarity power 1 and 2. You have a common, you have a normally closed loop and a normally open loop. You also have a normally closed tamper. Now 1 and 2 is the power, and 3 to 5 would be the loop that there is. So 3 would have been the common, 4 and 5 would be the choice, whether normally closed or normally open, and 6 and 7 would be your common, would be your tamper, sorry, normally closed tamper. If this is connected, it has two little, there's a little clip right here. You might cannot see it. Right in the center, right down there. Let me just raise the light. Right there. Right. A little nudge right here, where this device, as you can see, when it is closed, it has, inside of it, it has a pointy thing there. Let me show you, because this camera is not really the best right now, but there's a pointy device right here that goes down into this hole and press down. So what happens is, if you connect this along with the, say you connect normally close, you could break one leg of this and you could route two wires, connect the tamper and connect it to the normally close or the normally, whichever leg you choose to use. So it will form a circle, a circuit. As it says, circle, a circuit is a circle. Current travels in a circuit, in a circle. So we also have some adjustment, what should I call them now, alignment ports. You can look into this hole. Let me hold this camera, I can show you. Right here, and it has two lenses right here at the front. So you look inside here. So what if I want to look? I want to look at something. I want to see the other beam. I put up this one on the wall here, and the other one is like slantly 45 degrees in the corner over there. And I want to, right beside this brown background there, right beside the door then. What I would do, I would adjust these by spinning this. It is, you can spin it. You can move this back and forth. You also have a screw, an adjustment screw. You can adjust, so you can pan and you can tilt this device. The same thing goes for this. You also have the thing. This is the transmitter. They come with LEDs on them to indicate that they are both transmitter and receiver. The difference with the transmitter is that it does not have any dark coating on the lens. There's a reason for it. No, I don't remember. I can tell you later. It gives you the specification. These devices operates from 10 volts to 30 volts AC or DC as it is non-polar, right? They have alarm relays, C-class relays. And I tell you the temperature in terms of Fahrenheit, negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's negative 27 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius operating temperature. You have a tamper here, right? You can use a 4-wire to this device and connect the tamper as well. So you can, if somebody try to tamper with this, it would go off. That is for added security. So both the transmitter and the receiver have a tamper. These two screws here, this is 6 and 7. As you know, that basically is the same shell that they are in, but they just do not put 3, 4, and 5, being that this is the transmitter. It is transmitting the beam to the other device. Also, it comes with a laser. It comes with a laser at the bottom here. These lasers can be used, and I recommend using them. I had some challenges and I used them, and it worked wonders for me. You actually should not look in the light. It is dangerous. It does wonders for me. Trust me, it does wonders for me, and it works well. What more can I tell you about this? Well, not much. It is a let me see how far this one goes. This is the E960D 290. This is the 290 feet one, so 200 up to 290 feet. As you can see, it says power LED right there. Right, Enforcer. It's an Enforcer brand. You have them in various brands. As you know, everything is made in China. So, the company by the name of Secolarm, Enforcer, whatever them call themselves, more than likely have another parent company that is backing them. As you can see, it tells you it comes in this box. Twin photo beam Enforcer. It tells you that it is 2-beam, laser alignment, lens optics, normally closed or normally open or normally closed alarm output. It has normally closed tamper circuit, and it is waterproof. It comes with a manual that you can read, and it tells you in this manual, it even shows you some other types of beams made by the same company. You can read the manual and get an understanding, a firm understanding. As I have said, once I was in this industry at a young age, and you find that persons hid information that they didn't want you to know. They call it trade secret. It comes with a bracket. This bracket is mounted. You can mount this bracket on a wall, and then you just put the device. So you don't have to use this piece. This piece is in conjunction with a bracket. Well, no, this one is not in conjunction with another bracket. This one works. Let me see. Let me just show you how it works. Boom. This piece goes on to here. This piece goes on to here. You're not supposed to be doing damaging the thing like that. And then you would screw this. You would screw this down. There's another piece that goes along with it. Hold on just a moment. Right, so as you can see, we have some screws. I don't have all the pieces right now, but I'm just introducing to what the device can do. It comes with some brackets, so you can easily see what it does, plus the manual gives you the instructions and how you're supposed to install it. Yeah, it comes with an additional piece. The bracket, I don't have it in this box. It's pretty much like a band that would go around the thing and lock it to a pole. You can use like up to 2-inch pipes, and you band it around the 2-inch pipe. It can be hot water pipe. I've used even thick hot water pipe when I couldn't get PVC, and those even work better in certain areas like seafront, seasides, where rust is prevalent. Although you can still use the metal, I'm telling you that cheaper alternative hot water pipe can be used to do the thing, and it looks pretty professional. You can use thin spray, or you can use have a spray gun, and you can spray them in various colors to match the area. Right. This is a 3M glue. We normally use these to glue along areas like in the creases of that wall right there where you can glue wires. Right. This is a magnetic contact. I think this should be normally closed. I don't have a meter with me right now, and you would connect two wires here, and then these two wires that are connected, you would use cable like this, 22.4, it can be 22.2, can be any cable, but you're going to use two of the cables, two of the internal wires inside there, and make your connections. We have here we have a vibration sensor. Can let you see what that looks like inside. Let's see if I can get this off. I want to do a little looseness a little bit more. Cable, let me just loosen this. Just thinking about some cable a while ago. That screw came out. Let me just show you what this thing looks like. Should have pulled this apart, seen that I'm a video man with me. Yeah, this is what it looks like. You have a tamper here. It comes with tamper connection, so you can use a tamper. If you're not using a tamper, you would be connecting from here to here. And if it goes up, what happens is that this little device, you have a little thing there. So when you bang against the air that is placed, it would trigger, and this would fly, and it would, for a short second, would open the circuit. Normally you connect these on instant zone. So you know a zone is a zone, and an alarm system is an area you design an area, say okay, from that window to that door is zone 1 and so forth, so you can identify each area more easily if there's a break-in. We have a tamper switch. The tamper switch, once it is pressed, it is normally closed. When it's pulled, it's normally open. I guess it can be vice versa, but these, what I know is that when you close them, they are normally closed. Should be normally closed. I mean, the circuit is closed. But if somehow the panel door is open, then the circuit becomes violated, and as such, the alarm will go off. So I have shown you various cables we have here. 10 wire. This one here has 10 individual smaller cables inside of it. So it's 5 pairs of cable. You have 4 wire. This is a little smaller with 4 independent cables, and you have 6 wire. I'll be doing a video on cables, so you can watch out for that one. But as you know, the photo beam is used, if you're going to be using these are generally used to protect walled area that you still have concern about. Probably even put a razor wire and the man still a jump over the place. You will determine the length of the wall, if it is going to be a 4-corner protection, or it's going to be just a simple back wall, or whatever it is, depending on the amount of device you need. You can always series these devices, meaning that you power the device up, you have a common, a normally open, and a normally close. What you do, if you're using normally close and common, you wire this device, the other device that is coming to this, you would bring the wire. For example, what I normally do, I normally remove the normally closed end of the wire, and I would use one leg of the other wire coming to the device, and that leg sleeve the wire up, and then I would place the other leg that is remaining, that is there hanging inside the normally closed terminal, therefore creating a circuit. This is for the guys who know what I'm talking about, who can talk electronic language or understand electronic security language. This video is more of an informational video. Also is promotional for me. I do these videos to highlight my skills, as I would call it. Potential clients or employers who want to give me the contracts, you would understand that I have an understanding of, not just an understanding, but a deep understanding of electronic security. I mean, you can use these in various ways. You can have some um, transmitters like what we call extended range transmitters outdoor, and you could have a power supply, just a simple power supply, 12 volt or 24 volts pushing 5 amps, and you could put a bunch of these outdoor. You don't have any alarm panel and no DSC, no um, Ademco or Honeywell panel, and you power these up. For the transmitter side, you would just take off the common and the normally close. You run to the extended range input normal circuit, and what would happen once this is triggered and is closed, and it closes the circuit here, it would close the device and it would transmit a signal. So the transmitter, the extended range device, or we'll call it the wireless transmitter, then let me use that term, would then transmit a signal to a receiver. The receiver could have like a strobe light connected to it or a horn, and basically what would happen, it would send an alert. So if you don't have the money to buy an alarm panel, or you're just not interested, or whatever the case may be, or if it's a condition where it's like a farm and you live a little bit away from the farm, the extended range, linear extended range transmitters and receivers could be an option with some photo beams, and you could wire it up, power them. You would give them 12 volt power. They have two terminals. There is no negative or positive non-polarity. You put the power on it. Out of this would come the wires from the device, would go to the extended range transmitter. You have some 4-channel ones, so if you have 4 corners, you could know exactly which channel, which area was violated, so you can have a, an understanding of where the threat is or what is taking place. So, and you can use a man-various system. You can wire this to CCTV, DVRs. So if a camera is in a particular area and you want these to, you want to know if something is going on around there to trigger the camera, what you could do, you could wire these up, power them, and the signal cable, you run them to the alarm input of the DVR. Inside the DVR, you could go in and you could configure that particular channel camera, and what will happen once these are broken, it would send a signal to the DVR. That particular camera could be set to record only if a violation of these zones take place. Right, this is the cover for the devices. So you would, once you are finished installing, you would put the cover over. It protects it from water and dirt and all the various things. And you put them over, and you take your screwdriver and you screw them down, and voila, you're installed. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm going to show you what this glue looks like. I guess some persons will be curious what the 3M glue look like. You can pull this. I'll show you what it looks like. Pretty sticky once it gets dry. In corners where you run cables, those cables have a hard time coming down. So it's an excellent glue to be used for the wiring of alarm system, especially places where there were no existing piping run. You have to surface run a wire. This is a great solution. The 3M glue made by 3M, 4475. It's a good solution to be used. As you can see, these are the magnets that goes with the device. So what happens is that when you install this on the door, when the door opens, the magnetic side will be placed on the door, and once you open the door and the magnet moves, then the zone is violated. So if the system is armed, these are used, as I said, for perimeter zone, instant zone. So this and this, these are all instant devices. Once the system is armed in stay, for example, stay mode, and somebody try to break to the back door, then the system would go off. Even so, sorry about that, just had a lapse in thought. This is the plate. Sometimes you might need to use a plate to kind of pad up the thing. This can be used, right? It depends on how you're installing the thing. So something you might have to we call it now improvise for the thing to work. Yeah. So right there you have it. It has a small it's a switch. Some of these devices are like magnetic